But whatever, yeah. The thing is, I don't know. I think maybe we can make this work right here. What do you think? I mean, there is perfect for you, right? Like, but it is kind of hot, so I don't understand. Like, it's gonna be perfect as far as the audio, I'm sure, because we're all like there listening to us perfectly. But as far like, you know what it is about this angle right here, though, dude, is that we are a little too close.
This is definitely better.
I mean, I will say the lighting on this is amazing, exceptional.
Personally, I think it's just me. I think it's just the way it's bouncing off this fucking skin. To be honest with you.
All right.
Let's try it out.
Let's go. Well, we'll just take these, and then we'll hold this one. I already took this one off. To work on. Okay, that's the Oakland Police. We're in Oakland, Trey? I thought we were in Florida. Well, this is nice. Do we gotta order something?
Maybe doing a podcast here, they give us some free drinks.
Right, that would hold up. Okay.
I don't know, man. There's a lot going on here, man. What do you think?
It is a lot going on. Okay.
See, like you mentioned earlier, sometimes it's not about what it looks like, but it's just getting into the right spot. So you can hear what we got to say.
Let's try and walk over here, see what we can find. So you see, I would say we could do it here, but the sound of water isn't very soothing.
Yeah, but it looks good though, don't it?
Yeah, looks good. Indeed agree. So as we're reaching here, pretty much, this is where it would get edited, right? Like literally, because we can't back over there, pretty much. Yeah, because they're there. But this is pretty much where it would get edited at. See, this would kind of like be perfect, right? But the thing is, it's not like, we don't have a chair that short. Like we had a stoop that was right here, perfect. I even tell you just 2 below, Trev. I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's see. I mean, it's a great sight if you ask me. The actual stuff, they're all on the same page. Like all you need to do is chop up this first part. I guess the most recent thing, there's a couple of, well, pretty much a lot of things are very recent. But one of the things that catching a lot of people's attention and is going towards like a mythical thing is the Jeffrey Epstein death, right? Like the cause of his death, the fact that, you know, finally when people are getting justice, when women, most importantly, are speaking out and this guy's about to get everything he deserves, they allow him, to what the people are saying, they allowed him to have the opportunity to commit suicide. So what do you feel about that?
Well, I think first, we have to look at the greater picture of it. There's so much conspiracy theories just in life as it deals with situations. And I think this falls right underneath that because there's not enough facts.
Right.
There wasn't enough facts proven to us or given to us to tell us the details of what could have happened. There's no videotape evidence, anything like that.
Right, so it's a matter of the fact that they're choosing to hide this from us. Right. And it just sparks the people to think, then what happened, right? Right. So do you think there's some type of like government control behind that? The fact that they don't want us to know the truth, or is it some now even further beyond the government? It's a billionaire, it's something that money can control.
Right, I honestly think, man, to be honest with you, anytime that you have money involved at that high level, it's gonna be different costs that are gonna be greater than what we can control here. Right? You got somebody who has extreme wealth, extreme information, access to information, extreme resources. So if he violated somebody or something that they're trying to cover up, I think they would use him as such, right?
Right, especially since he has so much people that he probably has so much things on. You speak about Donald Trump, you speak about the other president who even had, I forgot his name from back in the day, who he had great influence with. They even partied together. I think there was one person who flew with him 26 times. Right. And they brought that. I didn't know how that's a great point because I've never even flown more than like 3 times, period. And to fly with a particular person that's not a family member, it's like a little bit concerning now.
It almost makes you wonder, is there something sloppy going on that he did?
Right.
That caused him to be used as the sacrificial lamb.
Right. So what's gonna happen with all this money? I mean, this guy is filthy fucking rich. This guy is beyond rich. What the fuck is gonna happen with all this money?
Simple. This money's already used. Simple, man. When has money ever been questioned? What happens to this money? Money is used, right? Money is allocated. Money is used. Money, maybe whoever has access to his money right now, they might want to start considering looking at it.
Right. And when like hiding it, like I'm sure like his real family members are like, fuck, we can't let everybody take this money. We can't let everyone benefit from it. I I don't even know how many kids does he have. Do you know about it?
I don't, man. But as you mentioned, what you just mentioned, the greatest resource we have, or the greatest asset we have, isn't money. Sometimes it's information.
Right.
So like, he might have had a lot of information again that we don't know about.
Right.
His money couldn't save him.
Right. That's crazy. That was a crazy thing. Moving on to the next thing, which I definitely say something that is catching an eye right now and is creating huge controversy for the first time ever, because I've never heard this man in any controversial factor, is Jay-Z
Let's get to the point.
getting with the NFL. So what do you think about that positively and negatively, and why do so much people have different things to say about it?
Man, honestly, I think first and foremost, before you jump or anybody jumps into the conversation, they have to understand the word protest, right? And I think that plays a large part in the context of this, because the word protest means to stand up for something that you're against, right? So when you look at that, you got to then look at the history of protest, right? So protest was something that Colin Kaepernick did. He started this thing off 100% protesting, a physical act of saying, I'm against this. And if you connect that to back in the day in 1960s, when you had the sit-ins, you had people physically protesting, but the next thing that happened was integration. Who's to say Jay-Z is not part of that integration?
Integration, right? That's a great point. So whether or not people view it as, oh, he's joining their side, and you know, he's kind of partnering up with them. It's kind of like he has that mindset. It's not really about beating him; it's about joining and making a change.
Yeah, that's a difficult conversation, because if you look at anything or anybody, especially with personal life, sometimes we see people that we knowingly know, right, connect with people that we don't like. That's automatically when we give us a feeling of disdain. What the fuck? What are you doing? What are you doing? We're not having full knowledge. Right. So who are we to speak on something we don't know about? Let's ask questions. Let's let him talk.
That's true. I mean, he's a powerful person. For all we know, over the last couple of years, he's done nothing but become successful, make himself surely an icon to everybody. And one question I'm sure sparks everybody, because I don't know if we've heard of him. I don't know if it's out there already. But what do you think Colin Kaepernick feels about that? Like, the fact that he kind of risked his career. And granted, people have helped him. You know, it's kind of like it's not like they threw him in the pond and let him left there. You know, people are helping him and fighting with him along the way. But how do you think he feels about it, especially being that we now know that he wasn't aware of the situation before it happened until it did?
I think first you gotta understand this. Anybody who stood up for any type of justice did not stand up for themselves.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think in that context alone, we have to consider this fact. When you look at somebody like, let's say, Martin Luther King, you know, I'm sure he lost friends, family members, etc. When you look at somebody like in the 1950s when they had the Olympics, and my man Tim Johnson, and I can't remember his other name, when he stood up and took a picture like this, they were protesting. A lot of people didn't know that they weren't able to participate in the Olympics, but they did get blessed with another job. And the last thing, man, when you got to look at the full context, Colin did not do this, I don't think, because of his job. Anybody that takes a risk in their place of appointment is taking a risk because of what they believe in. And it's because of what you believe in. Sometimes your belief is greater than the intangible things that are got.
Like, you're willing to risk it all for those things that you believe in.
And so much salute to Colin, because when you think about it, it's bigger than a black and white thing. It's a minority versus majority thing. You know, the oppression comes against the minorities. You feel me? Like, when it comes to so many different conversations of minority injustice, he's just simply saying, I'm not going to stand up for something I don't believe in, especially when you talk about the national anthem. It's a representation of feeling proud about the freedom of speech, the freedom of religion.
And the fact that they're not practicing it yet, they're talking about it, and why would I stand for that? That's 100% true. You brought up a great point about Dr. Martin Luther King and the movement he had and what he did for us. There's another icon who a lot of people have controversy for because of his views of life. But we could all say as, you know, part of the middle to lower class, that he does have some point, and that's Killer Mike. Killer Mike brought up amazing points. So I'll read it verbatimly for what he says. He claims guns become an issue for black people. Guns actually became an issue for black people when Dr. Martin Luther King applied for a concealed permit. And it drove me to think, it's like, did it become a problem because we kind of saw black people as crazy back then, or is it because we just didn't want those people of color to have this type of power?
Right, man. Well, we got to look at the word power, right? So power has to do with everything with influence. When you talk about power means influence. People with the most power have the most influence. So in order to make sure that power stays intact, they want to make sure certain resources are limited. no difference than education and things of that nature. But since we're talking about guns, yeah, black people had limited resources or access to certain type of ammunition or the right to bear arms.
Right.
You know
Like
so,
everyone else had. As I was reading, I continue to read. They said that back in the day, and specifically in the 1960s, black people weren't allowed to buy assault rifles. They were only allowed to buy shotguns, and it was specifically for the purpose that shotguns only have a range of over, I think, 30 feet, while an assault rifle can kill a whole family from hundreds of feet away. So, very interesting point, and especially because most of our government, the people who make this law, at the time, were white. So it's the fucking craziest shit ever, bro.
You know, the crazy thing about that is that conversation just doesn't end with guns, but that's just the topic or the structure that's used. When you look at even economics as it relates to minorities and majorities, right? It's no difference, right? We have access to money and access to the ability to have jobs. That's what they tell us. They give us limited access. Right. Limited access. Right. Oh, they have full access to different things, right? They got the support. So the gun conversation, from the economic conversation to the social justice conversation, they have access to money. A lot of our minorities are in jail because they don't have access to wealth. Yeah. Look at that Meek Mill situation. I don't want to go into that, but come on, man.
And it also brings a great fact on policing as well. There was a great study done that they say you never see a black cop accidentally kill a white kid. Well, you rarely see it. I'm sure it happens. I'm sure somewhere in this country, unfortunately, it happens. But you very rarely see it accidentally where they kill a white kid. Not because they're more spiritual or smarter, but because they understand white people are not going to tolerate that. So what is it about the Spanish? What is it about the blacks? What is it about the Asian that the white people are like, it's okay, we can do that to them, they'll be all right? Why is it that we've shown fight. I mean, we've shown aggressive fight. We've shown beyond fight, if you ask me. I mean, those times where there are people robbing Rite Aids and, robbing stores, that's beyond fighting, burning places down. So why is it that they feel like we're going to tolerate it if they continue to do it?
I think a lot of it has to do with, to really look at the beginning of that question, that is fear, right? So when it looks at fear, a lot of white people, let's just move race to the side. Fear has everything to do with lack of understanding, right? So we tend to connect with people we're connected to or we understand,
right?
We can relate to, right? So unfortunately, a lot of the majority of the people who have access to wealth and information don't understand the minority. And when there's lack of understanding, there becomes fear. And when there becomes fear, there becomes irrational behavior like anger, dissent, and things like that nature.
Kind of like the crazy, from an outside point of view, that's where the crazy actions kind of come.
I think a lot has to do with that, especially with policing, right? They're going into and we have to take a look, I think, into how police are trained when they first sign on to when they first hit the street. There's a gap here that I think is important to look at. Like, what are you being psychologically trained to do? What are you being psychologically told to do?
Right. Are we, is it focused strictly on restraining? Yeah, is it like, are you assessed to deal with all types of behaviors? Or do you have the emotions to be able to capably understand all types of people and where they're coming from and everything like that? And the great thing that you put in is the resources that they have and the amount of money that they have. And Killer Mike brought up a great point. He said that the way you attack capitalism is money. If your police force is using ways to mistreat you and abuse you and they don't look like you, find a way to attack their money, their unions, the city's money, and that's how you'll see change. Because if you take money from their family, then they're like, all right, what do you want me to do? What do you want? It's same thing, no different from work field. If they say, I'm about to fire you, you're on your last, all right, what do you want me to do?
And we start putting our hands up.
Exactly. So
putting our hands up. The difference is they could have us put our hands up. No, we could have them put their hands up, and I'm not trying to say them being right, I'm just talking about the majority. Right. They can put their hands up, but unfortunately as the minorities, we have to put our hands together, right, in cuffs. Right. You see what I'm saying? So like, think about, even when you look at like drugs, I'm not even trying to get too much on topic, but I think it's an important thing. Marijuana, right? Marijuana only became an important issue because there was money associated to it. Right. And so anytime that you mess with somebody's money, they're going to put laws and regulations and restrictions on it. Right. They don't, and then if you lack education to understand the law, you're already teach the prove things that you behind. Right. You see what I'm saying?
Right. So, that's very true, and it's completely sidetracked, but it's like putting a price on a mango of $100. Of course, because it's so juicy, because it's so good, people will die for it, people will give it, and the government's going to do nothing more than want to control that because they want to profit off of it. So now that we're talking about the government, now that we're talking about money, let's talk about who's going to bring the change. Let's talk about who's somebody that we can look up to. And we don't have the time, unfortunately, to talk about everyone running right now. We don't have the time to talk about all the Democrats and all the Republicans. And I do agree with people on both sides. I don't want it to be just a one-sided thing, but one person that stood out was Andrew Yang. Okay. The guy, I mean, the one statement that stood out of it all is giving every citizen of the United States $1,000 a month. So what do you think about that?
Woo, brother, what can I do with $1,000 a month? What can I do with $1,000 this month?
Right.
That's what I think about it. But I think more importantly, though, I think I would have to do a little bit more research on where he comes from, because culture matters, right? In terms of politics,
right? Who's
he associated with, and what are some of his core values? And that's kind of tricky when it comes to politics, right? But just that alone, if we're talking about that, then I think that's an interesting thing to jump right into, because a lot of our issues as men, women, and families, and cultures and societies have to do with the root of not so much money, but the root of what we lack is connecting as a people.
Right.
So if we have more resources and wealth, we do tend to do a better job of connecting.
Right, and then we feel like we have more money, so we feel better and everything. Money is kind of like the root of everything. So I actually what you think, and one of the most interesting things, because I'm a very realistic person, is I'd like to think how on earth, how the fuck, excuse the words, guys, how the fuck is he planning on doing it? Because, you know, I do have his theory behind it. I kind of wanted to give you just a brainstorm on it, see what you think, or where possibly you think he can find this money from. Is he going to take it from his own wealth? Because we all know that he's a very wealthy man. So where do you think he's going to get this money?
We all know money is from a distribution. Like my man Rick Ross said, I got a distribution, right? So we have to understand where these distributions are coming from, right? So I'm sure when you deal with money, a lot has to deal with these big corporations that are funding us, right? And more specifically, I don't know exactly, but I do know it has to be behind big corporations, right? Because they're the distribution of
That's where all the money at. These are people making billions and billions. There's people walking right now with millions and millions of dollars in their bank account. So one thing that Andrew Yang claims is that he claims Amazon and major companies get away from paying taxes because they move their profits and often revenues to markets that have lower tax rates. A high haven is pretty much Ireland, for instance. So a country like Ireland, where they pretty much have no taxes for these billionaire people, they outsource most of their business out there so that they claim to us, well, in the U.S. we only made a certain amount, and they can claim that they can get away with this according to everybody in the U.S.
I think what he's going to run into is this. Mark my words. What he's going to run into is this. He's going to run into people coming against him saying that he's not for American people.
Right.
Because when you outsource, you're not building wealth, meaning generating jobs.
Right.
So I think there's a larger problem. I don't think that you can hand a child $1,000 and tell him, here you go. He's going to get satisfied and say, I got coffee. But if I'm not educated, if I don't have the support, if I'm not developing myself, keyword developing myself, then I think there's no need for me to have that.
Right, it's a hurt. It's probably going to be a hurt. Now, are we going to see more homeless people? Are we going to see more drug addicts because they're naturally just getting...
There's a larger possibility because of responsibility. I would like to see how do we grow America? How do we build jobs in America? How do we develop our low-end communities in America? How do we educate America first? Because if we have that fundamental foundation intact, then we can then look to other places to outsource, right?
Correct. And get the cheaper way for us as a country as a whole. So another thing that he said is these major companies, and not necessarily himself, but he's blaming, this is again the cloud of Amazon because of the way that they do things. He claims that they can expect stock investments, like future stock investments. So what that means is, I'll give you an example. If you're a startup company, instead of me paying taxes as Amazon, I'm going to invest my money in you as a startup company, and there's my taxes being paid. So what ends up happening is I don't have to pay the normal taxes, and if you blow up, I'm generating a revenue off of the money that I invested.
That's interesting, man. That's interesting. That's smart business right there. Either way it goes, my man is right in a good position. It sounds like he's in a good position to be a good marketer for Amazon, first and foremost. Secondly, he's in a good position for those entrepreneurs that are out there trying to make it big. But it's a great conversation. Again, I don't know if this is the best runner for the president of the United States. I think there's still some more communication that he has to share to kind of give us what his core values are. What does he look on in social injustice?
Right.
Great conversation that we had
social
earlier.
Justice, yes, of course. I mean, he's not doing anything. He's just doing one thing. He has to touch on every other aspect. Another thing is reason why he's selling, all these candidates are selling themselves. They want to show us why they're different than every other. Is that he says that he doesn't owe any major corporation any money. So he's not out listening to these major corporations. He's not lobbying, you know what I'm saying? So the problem with politics in today's era is it's overpowered by these billion-dollar companies. And he has nothing tangible with them, and so that's what makes him different from every other person running.
Which makes sense, man. I've always firmly believed that you can have the supporting of people, but there's a difference between being supported by someone and then collaborating with someone. Right? Because if you're supporting me and I don't agree with you, and I might be in need of you, you can steer me in the wrong direction. I might have less of a voice, per se. And that's why we have these corrupt politicians.
Right.
However, if I'm collaborating with you and we have really good ideas and we're building a fundamental foundation together, and there's so much more that can grow from that. If he's that type of person, you want to listen in.
Right, that's true, right? And he doesn't have that corporate mindset. He doesn't have like that way of doing that. Sometimes we work for a corporation. We're like, that's not morally right, but that's just the way that they look at it. So the way that you answered, how is he going to be able to get this money for everybody? How is he going to be able to give everybody $1,000? There's a lot of people there's a lot of citizens in the U.S. How is he going to be able to find the money to give everybody $1,000? And what he claims is to create simply a toll for these major companies like Amazon. What the toll is going to be created to do, and it's for as well as every Google search. Because Google makes money off of everything you type in Google. You say, how do you spell this? They make money. Rather than you searching the dictionary, they're making a profit on it. So this president candidate is looking to create a toll for Amazon, Google search, and every Facebook ad that would in essence create a wealth for the American consumer in a form of a dividend, which is $1,000 a month.
Okay.
Not only would increase the stability for a good percentage of Americans who fairly are struggling with no drug abuse, with just family problems and unfortunate situations, will increase their purchasing power by 95%. Now, I know a lot of people may look at this as a double-edged sword, right? Everybody's going to be buying shit now. Like, this means that economy's going to go over the roof. But there has to be a good side to that. There has to be the purchasing power. There has to do something to your confidence, and it should steer us as a whole away from poverty and all that.
I think the interesting thing you're mentioning is what you're alluding to is this business is in the business of paying people, United States citizens.
Right.
So if we're going to continue to grow wealth, again, like I said before, education and development is big. Then we need to also be in the business and investing our money wisely.
Right.
If we're going to have such an increase on the spending power, where is the education power? Where's the investment knowledge?
Specifically in our school system.
Where,
I know how to multiply, I know how to divide, and I know how to find a chemistry calculation and apply it to every different source. Who's going to show me how to save money?
Right.
Who's going to show me how to pay my car and pay my insurance, and at the same time plan for a tragedy like a car accident or me losing a limb and not being able? Who teaches you?
I tell you what, exactly teaches you. A community teaches you.
Unfortunately, right now, that's the way we learn, by community.
100%. If we can find a way to get over this social injustice, if we can find a way to connect these people, then we start to become a community. Think about all the people from when you were growing up, or even people, if you imagine, people from the African cultures and tribes, or just in the Spanish culture and tribes. That was a community of people teaching each other, leading on the same resources.
And look how far we came.
Look how far we came. What stops us from coming that far?
That's true. Trev, this is it. I really appreciate your time, Trev.
Appreciate it.
Look to make plenty more of these. We still haven't even came up for a name of this. Really want to introduce this to everybody. The concept behind it is to pick up things that are going on right now in the world and kind of create what Trevor likes to do, clarity for a lot of things, and touch up on things as regular people that we don't get to talk about on a daily basis. Once again, I appreciate your time, Trev.
Appreciate you too, man.
We're busy schedule. We gotta get back to work, man.
We got to get back to work.
All right, man. Check in with you next time, guys.